minutes of switching it off would be great, but it's not the solution. It doesn't work.
What is the solution?
So it is definitely about changing your relationship with your thoughts. So a typical meditation practice is you sit and you focus on your breathing. It's different from breath work. You're not breathing in a particular way. You're not trying to breathe slowly, deeply or anything. You're just breathing normally. Just let the breath do its own thing and you're focused on it. So on paper, that sounds really clear and clean and simple. Focus on your breath. The reality is it's really messy because you focus on your breath and within a few seconds, you're thinking about shopping lists or food or sex or anything. The mind just goes. That's when the work starts, because at some point you realize your mind has wandered. Okay, that's when many people think they've failed. They were meditating, they were with the breath, and then they realize they're thinking about emails they need to write or shopping or whatever. And then they think, oh, I'm a failure, and they very angrily bring themselves back to the breath. That's just going to make you more stressed because you're actually training in feeling like a failure. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
I can relate. It takes me 7 seconds to drift off when I'm trying to meditate.
So it's not that at all. It's that you're with the breath and then your mind wanders. It's not even that you see your mind wandering. You kind of find out afterwards, don't you? Mm-hmm. It's not like I'm with the breath and I can see my mind step away from the breath and then go to a thought. It's more that I'm with my breath, I pass out and I wake up the other side of town.
Yeah.
That is the meditation, waking up inside your thoughts. That is the definition of meditation. So you haven't failed at all. You are meditating because what happened was you were with the breath, you got lost, you lost your mind, and then you found your mind again. Because you're back, you suddenly realize, oh, where was I? I'm supposed to be meditating. So that is meditation. You're back with your awareness. And then you gently bring yourself back to the breath. And actually all you're doing is those three things throughout the session. Either you're with the breath, or you're noticing that you got lost, or you're returning. And it's that returning that makes you strong. Every time you return to the breath, you are making a very powerful decision. That's the attachment or the addiction to the thoughts. The mind was lost in those thoughts, and you are recapturing your attention and bringing it back. So you are choosing where to send your mind. And if you do this like an exercise, almost like going to the gym and getting strong, day after day, week after week, you're teaching yourself how to choose to be happy and how to choose not to suffer. So it's such a simple technique on paper, focus on your breath, come back when you get lost, is actually profoundly transformative psychologically.
Because I think most people listening to this assume that they're kind of strapped to their thoughts, and their thoughts are the car driving wherever it wants to go, and we're just strapped to the back of it, our ankles tied to the back of it with a piece of rope.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we just kind of suffer the consequences.
Hijacked by our thoughts.
Yeah, hijacked is a great, it's stormed the pilot's cabin and it's flying us.
Yeah, exactly.
Wherever it wants to go.
Exactly.
That's kind of the experience we have.
So then meditation puts you behind the wheel of the car.
Most people haven't had the experience you've had training yourself to sort of disassociate or realize that you're not your thoughts. So as someone that's on the other side of this practice, how can you persuade me that my life will be better if I listen to this? What's the before and after, I guess, for you?
So I don't think everybody has to join a monastery and do extreme retreats and the kind of things I do. Maybe that's my kind of extreme nature. I have so many friends who meditate while they have families and busy jobs, and they do 15 minutes a day or twice a day or whatever. It can absolutely be done in anybody's lifestyle. But the whole point is that you are learning to find your own inner freedom. You're learning how to discover that you are bigger than the pain and suffering that seems to drive your life. Because what I described earlier with the coming back to the breath is that first stage of learning to gain a bit more power around what your mind is doing. And then what is so interesting is when you start to think about, okay, when I'm unhappy or when I'm angry or whatever, if I am observing myself being unhappy, is the observer unhappy? Is the observer angry? And if I feel angry and I know I'm angry, the part of my mind that's looking at the anger cannot be angry because it's seeing the anger. So in Buddhism, they use a metaphor to describe this, which is the sky and the clouds. The clouds can be heavy and rainy and all of that, but the sky is always bigger than the clouds. So our awareness of our minds, that's where we can find our freedom. And when we talk about seeking purpose and seeking what are we looking for in life, I think that's what we're looking for all the time in everything we do, whether it be big life goals or, drinking a cup of coffee or water, small moments. In every moment, we're looking for release or freedom. We think we're looking to feel happy, or we think we're looking for love or sex or whatever it is. But I think what we're really looking for is to free ourselves from suffering and to free ourselves from need and to be free, to be more in touch with who we really are. I think that's what we're looking for. And when you meditate and you step back and look at your mind, that observational aspect is key.
To become the sky.
Yeah, to become the sky rather than the clouds.